Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. In today's episode, Matt and I just finished sparring, so we're gonna talk about some of the tricks of our shifting and stance switching that we did today. And because Matt's a southpaw, it forces me to go southpaw a lot more. So the first strategy I'm gonna talk about, which I use a lot when it comes to stance switching, is matching the stance. So because Matt is a southpaw, right, I like to match the stance. Because I'm an outside low kicker, it's a lot easier for me to attack the legs once I'm in the same stance. If I'm in this position now to attack the inside low kick, it's a little harder. So no matter what I do and whatever stance Matt's in, because he's always switching stances, I mix the stance. So right now I'll stay southpaw to southpaw. This way I could attack the rear leg. If we're fighting, Matt switches to orthodox, I naturally switch and I come back and I go back to the outside leg. That's my step number one. So no matter what stance Matt's in, I'm attacking the legs. But a good key comes, I have to mask with the hands because he knows that's coming. Because we've sparred with each other for so many years, I need to find different timings. So if I'm here matching the stance, I can't just throw the low kick. So I'm mixing the feints, getting these air punches, occupying, and then boom, I attack. As soon as I see Matt's head go back from a feint, that's when I attack. Or one of my favorites, if I'm scared to get hit with his punch, what I'm gonna do is push him off to get a little exit, and then I attack the leg. Again, I push in, he exits, and then I attack the leg. That's the safe one. Now, the one Matt was catching me was beautiful.
Okay, so what we were doing was I was coming under his jab here. Joe was throwing the jab, throwing it out just as a gauge. So I was kind of feinting in, and then what I did is I would shift my stance as I come in, throw the jab under, and then throw the overhand to hit his ear.
Yeah, and that was catching me a lot because in my southpaw, my defense isn't the best to defend punches. So this is why before Matt came in, I was using a lot of lead hand in my southpaw because I don't want him to come in because I'm more curious about throwing my long kicks from here. I don't really want to engage in mid-range southpaw boxing against the southpaw. So the way Matt closed that distance, because he needs to get inside that jab, he comes in, he shifts, and came right over that hand. But you see that beautiful setup that he used the jab to the body because he gets under the jab and it lowers his base. Boom. See, now look at this. Now the power, he comes up and he cracks me right behind the ear, and that gets the beautiful shot. All right? So the other thing that I was doing with Matt is I would stay on the open stance a lot because I feel like my right hand, I can play a little quicker down the middle. So when Matt's in open stance in his southpaw, I was playing a lot this way and shooting my rear straight to the body. And you can see the reaction of Matt as he puts the hand down to block. He didn't like that. And then what I would do is I'd come off and I would mix in upstairs. So a lot of good strategy in my north versus south was using the body attacks. And the one way, again, I used it with the rear straight, boom, to set up. And I also mixed it with nice long front kicks, all right, because it kept me longer. For me to have to step in to get that, I have to come a little bit too close to him. But if I stay here and front kick from nice and long, it helps me set up my enter going in. The last one I'm gonna give you is, it actually worked well, Matt using it against me, was his ability to close distance with the knee feints. Because we're out here in north versus south, nice and long, all right, he had to close distance down quickly. So what he was doing a lot was using his feint and his skip step to close distance. And sometimes he would come and shift, and as he created those knee up feints, it got me to react and was able for him to get in. So if you look at that stance switch, as I throw the knee up, I switch stance. And now if you look, I'm in a match stance. So from here, it's nice for me to knee, right? Or if Matt exits on that step, boom, he exits, bang, I could chop the leg on the exit. So I was using that switching step because I attack a lot on this kick. He expects the kick, boom, and now I could attack from my opposite stance, whether it's a heavy punch to low kick or attack with some sort of offense. But using that shift step worked really well.